The fastest way to change anything in your entire life, no matter what your goals are, is to change your identity, to change how you see and define yourself. Identity shifting is the ultimate cheat code to reality. Whether you want more success, more abundance, better relationships, you want to attract more love, you want to get a better position in your job, you want to start a business, you want to level up your business, whatever your goal is, even in health, it doesn't matter. The fastest way to get that outcome is to change how you see you. So I'm excited to share this video because this is pretty much one of the biggest pillars of all of the work I do with clients. It is the thing that I come back to time and time again for myself, whether I have a new goal, whether I have this crazy vision of something that I want to achieve, whether I have slipped back into old patterns and I need to get myself out of a rut, whatever it is. Identity shifting is the first thing I always go to, and it always works. And I'm going to explain why in this video. So welcome to this channel. If you don't know me, I'm Kirsty Elizabeth. I help women release the subconscious blocks that are holding them back so they can upgrade their identity, rewire their frequency, and recode their reality. Now, before we get into it, I do have a free workshop that I'm offering for a limited period of time. It is called You Are the Breakthrough. It is a 3-part workshop where I help you expose the hidden blocks that are keeping you stuck and holding you back from reaching your true potential right now. And I show you how to become your own breakthrough so you can stop waiting for reality to change and start taking action and living as the version that you desire to be right now. If that resonates, go sign up, click the link in the pinned comments and you can get instant access. So let's get into identity shifting. This is just the most powerful thing I've ever learned in years and years of personal development. I'm a certified coach and energy healer. All of my work, everything I've learned when it comes to my own growth, my clients' growth, transformations, even when I learn human potential and manifestation from a live program with Bob Proctor just before he died, when I spent 6 months attending his live trainings, being mentored by him. Even everything that he taught came back to self-image. It comes back to identity. It's the crux of what Tony Robbins teaches. Because how you see yourself pretty much shapes how you're going to show up in the world. It determines how you think, how you feel. It determines the actions you take. It even determines how you interact with other people. So if you want to change anything in your life, first of all, we need to take a look inside and say, how are we showing up? And why is that? What am I telling myself about myself? Who do I think I am? Who do I think I am in relationships? Who do I think I am in business or work? Who do I think I am when it comes to money? What most people don't realize, and this was me before I started learning about the power of the subconscious mind and how to change, is that your identity is nothing more than a set of beliefs, a set of stories, a set of ideas about who you are. And all of these things are changeable. They're malleable. They don't even really exist, right? If you think about it, beliefs can be changed. They're just an opinion, a perspective. They're not accurate. They're not 100% true all of the time. They can always be challenged. They can always be changed. And neuroplasticity shows us that we can actually rewire our brains to think in a different way, to start acting in a different way. So that is all we're doing. If we choose to change our identity, we're simply just changing the neural pathways in our brain when it comes to who we think we are. We're creating a new set of beliefs, a new set of stories, a new set of standards about who we are. Now, the other piece of this is that we go around our lives assuming this role of who we think we are. And it's who our parents told us we were, who school taught us to be and how to look at ourselves, what society has taught us about ourselves. You know, this program, this software, this set of beliefs and ideas about who we are, which isn't really true. We walk around life within that sort of parameter, like even bound. It's almost like a prison sometimes of, setting our limits so we can't actually break through or break out of it because it's who we think we are. So we'll never take action beyond it. We will never step up and act that is in a way that isn't in accordance with who we think we are. It's impossible. Tony Robbins says the strongest force in human nature is to act in accordance along these lines, like I am paraphrasing, to act in accordance with how we define ourselves. Like there is no stronger force in human nature. So you will never outrun your self-image. You will never outgrow your paradigm, your identity, who you think you are. So we're walking around sort of underneath this umbrella of how we perceive ourselves to be. always making sure we stay in line, always making sure we act and say things that are in line with that identity, even if it starts not feeling like a soul truth for us, even if our soul's telling us we're made for more, even if we've got all these ideas of who we are and who we want to be, and we have these dreams, we want to be a speaker, we want to be on stage, we want to write a book, want to start a YouTube channel, want to start a business, want to go traveling around the world, want to go and make £1 million, want to, whatever it is, be famous, go on stage, sing, whatever the goal is, right? We have these soul truths, these soul desires, these urges, and sometimes it can feel so hard and so painful because we have these wants, but we won't let ourselves have them, and we will never go after them because it's not who we think we are. So we say, that's meant for someone else, or maybe in another lifetime. Have you ever said that? Oh, it's maybe meant for another lifetime. No, it's meant for now, and it's meant for here, and it's meant for you. You just need to change how you see yourself so that you can actually align to that reality. Now, when we're walking around as this identity, which we don't even realize we can change, which we can, now you know that, but also forgetting one fundamental truth, something that will absolutely radically transform your life. Now, whether you believe in God or the universe, higher power, your soul, whatever you want to call it, you are not just your human self, right? You are way bigger than your human self. And actually, the universe has created you, or God has created you, with the godlike ability to create your life, where you have been given the most incredible mind. It is your superpower. It is your tool of creation, where the images that you hold in your mind, that you focus on, that you believe, the energy that you create because of what you're focused on, because of the vision, because of where you believe you're going to go, that is going to create your reality. So it's not like you're this tiny little human wrapped up in this tiny little persona that's limited and can't do all these things and has to sit in a box and stay hidden and stay stuck. You're not that at all. You are a creator, a co-creator of life, and the universe, God, is waiting for you to claim that as your identity, your main identity, not the avatar or the character that you're choosing to show up as in this life, which we'll get onto, but your actual core fundamental truth. You are a creator. You are a soul having a human experience. You're not a human with a soul. Your soul way expands past the parameters of your physical body, right? It's infinite. It's limitless. It's eternal. We forget all of this. And we are so caught up in the stories and the beliefs that we tell ourselves, the limitations, the memories, the things that happened to us in the past. We are so caught up in that and hyper fixated and focused on that we forget that actually we are completely limitless. We are infinite. We can expand way beyond anything else. We have been given an imagination to create with so that we can overcome any circumstance that we don't want, so we can create any outcome that we want, so we can align ourselves to any reality, any parallel reality, any version of us that exists in the quantum field, anytime we like. So the truth of who you are when it comes to identity shifting is you are a force. You are an absolute force to be reckoned with. You can create anything simply from what you've been given at birth: a mind, your emotions, your focus, your attention. It's just a case of disciplining yourself, mastering it, regulating it, and directing it to what you want instead of your limitations, your perceived limitations, your blocks, the conditions and circumstances that you don't want anymore, the problems, the challenges, yada, 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 all that stuff that we get so focused on that honestly drains and sucks the life force out of you when you hold it to such a high standard and it controls you. So who you really are is an eternal force of creation. So congratulations, just that alone should shift you right now. On top of that, you get to program your mind with any avatar you choose to be in this lifetime. And you don't have to stick with it for life. You can change it. So imagine like a computer game. You can go and pick that player. You can decide what it looks like. You can change your appearance. You can look however you like. Even physical appearance. Even if, say, you've been overweight for years and years and you've never been your ideal weight, You can still go and choose your ideal weight, and you can adjust your identity to actually allow you to think in that way, feel in that way, take those actions and those behaviors, right? So take your character, define how you want to look, define what it is, how you want to show up, what do you want to look like, what do you want to wear? You can define all of these in your avatar, not based on your past, not based on who others expect you to be because you've been showing up as this version for way too long. You get to choose. And then you get to choose the internals. You even get to change your qualities simply by reprogramming them in your mind, changing your beliefs about who you are. And here's the thing that I was mind blown and didn't believe at first, but very quickly started to learn it was true when I started applying it for myself, is that if you see a quality in someone else, if you resonate, it's because it's in you. Otherwise, there's no way you'd be able to resonate. You wouldn't even notice it. You wouldn't see it. Yet you're telling yourself you don't have it, whether it's confidence or charisma or being interesting and fascinating, funny, intelligent, smart, fast learning, morning person. Whatever it is, you've got it in you. You just need to train your brain, change those neural pathways, change those beliefs, those ideas, those stories, stop looking at the past to define yourself on, to create who you think you are in the moment, which only then drags your past into the future with you. And instead change from here, line in the sand. This is who I choose to be right now. And in the same way you created your old identity, you create your new identity by focusing and saying the same things over and over again. But this time, we're not going to be saying, she said I'm that, he said I'm that, my parents, the school, the report cards, blah, 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 blah. You know, that's so boring. That's so in the past. That's so done. Ugh, it even feels, doesn't it? To even think about it, like stop dragging it around. Leave it behind. Leave it behind that line we just drew. And instead, this time, we create the identity based on our future vision. What is it you want? What are those goals that you've told yourself you can't have? The dreams, the desires. What are those wants? What is your soul urging you towards that you're telling yourself you can't have because it's not who you are? You pick that. You decide, you claim. It's only been given to you because it's meant for you. It wouldn't even be in your mind if you weren't supposed to be going after it. You get to choose, free will. You get to choose and you get to have it, or you can just ignore it and be miserable for the rest of your life, right? This is our choice. But go choose that. And then think, what do I need to change about how I see myself, about my identity, my self-image, in order to actually take the action and align my energy, my thoughts and my feelings to that goal? And it really is as simple as that. You can change your identity anytime you want. Think about it. Anytime you've had a major win, whoosh, you suddenly see yourself in a new light. But the problem is, if you don't fully integrate that and embody that and make it non-circumstantial, if that gets taken away, you're straight back down. And I've been through this in the hardest and most painful way. You want to create your identity from within, not based on circumstances. Because when you create your identity from within, the circumstances follow. But if they go away, your identity doesn't change, which means you just attract more and more and more, right? So you're not powerless, you're in your power. So how are you going to decide to see yourself? Let me know in the comments what's coming through for you, what are your breakthroughs, what's resonating right now. This is the most powerful conversation we can have. This will change your life. This is the work that I do with all of my clients. It is all identity-led. Because when you start seeing yourself in a different way, and it's just a perspective, you'll start speaking to people in a different way. You'll have a different energy about you. You'll start accessing different emotions, different beliefs, different possibilities. You'll put yourself on a completely different vibration and frequency where you see things differently, which means opportunities come. And they might have already been coming, but you haven't seen them because you're not in the right frequency to perceive it. New collaborations, partnerships, friendships, relationships. You know, instead of always attracting the same old guy that just doesn't respect you or doesn't listen to you or whatever the pattern and program is, you see yourself in a completely different way with a much higher standard, with a much higher level of self-respect, self-love, self-worth. You attract that person into your life because you're an equal, right? You can only attract what you believe about yourself inside. That's what you're going to be bringing into your life. So stop saying, but my life's like this, so I must be XYZ. No, your life's like this because you believe you're XYZ. Now let's start rewiring those beliefs. Let's change who you think you are. Let's identity shift. Right now is your fastest way to make any quantum leap in any area of your life. And actually, when you shift your identity, you change all areas of your life in one. It is the quickest, fastest way to change your life. It is the ultimate cheat code. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about how to do this, I will put this on a playlist about self-image and identity, so you can go and watch some more videos for free. I also have that free 3-part workshop where I teach you how to become your own breakthrough. I'll be talking more about identity and 2 other hidden energetic blocks that are stopping you from living the life that you want right now. And of course, if you need support and you want to have a deep dive and just get straight into the work and start shifting your identity, in as short as 90 minutes time, you can book a breakthrough session with me, where this is exactly what we'll do. We'll expose your hidden blocks, your biggest blocks and patterns. We will start rewiring you. You will receive an energy healing and also channel guidance at the end of our session, where you can actually be given the exact steps, the exact changes you need to make in order to achieve the goals that you want to achieve right now. So you're welcome to come and book one of those with me. I only release a handful a week, so be fast if it is something that resonates and you want to get your hands on. In the meantime, give me a like if you like this. Make sure you subscribe and set that notification bell so you are alerted every time I release a new video. I'm excited to be seeing you in the next video. So have an amazing day. Lots of love. I'll see you then.